Good afternoon. Randy Tramp here from Yankton, South Dakota. It's a nice day here. Sunny day. Welcome. Well, I'm a freelance writer. Since it's the end of the month, I've been looking for different stories. I'm always on the search for stories. We have a co-pastor in one of the churches here in Yankton that's going to be new to town, so that's one story I'm going to do. I've done organic popcorn. Last week I did a story on a guy that had historical farm equipment. He actually farms with his Belgium horses, and so I did a story on that. Over the summer. Welcome. Over the summer, college student went to Israel, and that was very interesting. Thank you for the love. That was an interesting story. And so I'm a freelance writer. Also, besides writing articles for newspapers, I also write. I'm writing a book. In fact, I've finished outlining my book, a book that I'm going to be writing for Nano Month. I am going to start that November 1st. I'm excited. I have it all outlined. I'm doing some research right now. It's a young adults book. A popular college or popular high school student, welcome, finds herself, Russia, hi Russia, we're in southeast South Dakota. Greetings. How's the weather in Russia? Here in South Dakota, we're seeing some pretty good weather. This morning I went to the gym. It was a little cool, but I enjoyed it. And so that is what I am up to in the writing world. I've been going through this self-editing book for fiction writers, Rennie Brown, and so been going through that. And we'll get into that in just a little bit. I wanted to talk, before we get into that, I want to talk just briefly on how to keep yourself motivated, how I keep myself motivated. Probably works different for different people. But I keep the goal in front of me, constantly keep that goal in front of me, where I want to go. And I take it little bit by little bit by little bit. Constantly, and at the end of the day, I want to know that I made a little bit of distance, and that helps me. It keeps me going. I keep the eye on the bigger picture, and it helps me because sometimes, especially in the writing world can be discouraging, but keeping your eye on the bigger picture is what helps me. Well, let's get into our book. I'm learning. I hope to take you on the journey with me. We're in chapter 3 of self-editing for fiction writers. Good afternoon. And we've been talking the last few days about the point of view. I am a person that I like writing in third person point of view. It's what I'm comfortable with, and a lot of books are written in third person. To me, it's more effective. Now, I'll write in third person, and 2, 3, at the most 4 of my characters will be in that third person. It is more effective, like I said, to stick with a single POV person, and it shows us how characters feel. Now, if you could show how the character feels through dialogue and actions. Like we've talked about in earlier the week, if you go into a summary, that's not as effective. In fact, I was talking to my mentor today, and I wanted to know, one of my questions was, how do you effectively write summary? And he said there's times that you do write summary, and especially you do it if you got a minor character. If it's a major character, you may really want to think about not doing that, is what he told me. But in a minor character, you may want to go ahead and skim that. He said another time that you write summary is when you have a lapse in time. For instance, you're in one scene that you're talking, and you have one of your characters as a point of view, and the scene goes maybe, let's say, a week, but you left your other character in the beginning of that week, and now so a week has gone by. You're jumping out of that character, you're putting a line space to show that your other character's coming back, but there's a week missing. You want to catch your reader up to that point in your story. Now this is the teaching I got from my mentor. And so, and the greatest way to learn, and the greatest way I found that I've learned, is when I'm taught something, when I can pass it on or I can talk about it, it tends to go deeper into me. So that's what I'm doing. I won't say that I'm really got this all down, because I don't. This is something I'll have to revisit. So I just gave a hint. At how you change from one point of view to another, and as you end the scene and you insert a line space. Now, a POV shift doesn't necessarily mean a break in time. It doesn't have to be a break in time, but it can, like I just gave the illustration. It's good to establish a POV in who is your point of view. Who is that character? Establish it right away. Well, there you go. Randy Tramp from South Dakota, signing off. Have a good